Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It is Marvin speaking. We're going to get in to Daphne's case files. And thank you for putting this up, Jen. It's basically Janie, Daniel's mum, basically talking about missing Lily and Jack Sullivan. Let's get straight into this.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I have the CBC interview of Janie McKenzie. It just came out. Now, one question I wanted to ask. The children usually go to school, and if the school bus usually comes at 7:30, why wouldn't Janie think that the kids were getting on the school bus? That's just a question for you guys. Okay, let's get started with the interview and with the clip that was floating around on Facebook. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Thanks for watching.
Jack and Lily came out of.
So it's the morning of May 2nd. Take me through what happened.
Okay, I was up at 6 o'clock, sat in there and had my tea. And then on Facebook, 7 o'clock, I get up, come over here, fed my chickens. My brother, Ron, called me at 8:48 and asked me if I wanted to go to town with him. And I said, no. I said, I'm staying home. I said, I'm going back to bed. Okay, I went and I laid down. Next thing you know, my dog started barking and the kids were out in the yard. Now, you can see there's two swings where the kids play. My bedroom is right there. I heard the kids. This is where the kids' swings are. This is where they always played.
And so that's where
I heard them. And I can hear everything in that trailer. If two kids get out of a fence, and Jack and Lily are all the time yelling, especially Lily, come on, Jackie, let's go, Jackie, let's go, Jackie. It's all I hear out here. When the kids get out of the fence and come out through here, I would have heard them yelling, come on, Jackie, let's go, Jackie, let's go. I didn't hear anything. The next thing I heard is I heard Daniel yelling. He was yelling for Jack and Lily. I didn't get up because I thought he was yelling for Jack and Lily in the house. So the next thing you know, I was come out of the trailer after I heard Daniel, about, I'd say, 10 minutes after I heard him, I come out of the trailer. I opened up the door, was standing here. Maylaya was standing right here with Meadow on her hip. And I come out and I said, what's up? She said, Jack and Lily are missing. I said, how long? She said, about 20 minutes. I closed the door.
The thing is, why wouldn't have Maylaya knocked her up earlier? Janie up earlier? That doesn't make sense. Because surely she's going to say, oh, whether they're in a trailer. That doesn't make sense to me. That's really strange. Wouldn't you thought? The first thing you would do is make sure that, oh, maybe they went and saw their nan. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's really strange. That's weird.
Got my boots on, come out here, ran up in the woods, just right up here. The kids have a little fort that they made out of sticks and fir branches, and that's where they go. You can see them and hear them. We went for walks in the woods. I had to practically carry Jack through the woods because there was no way that he was walking through all that tree falls and bushes. I did this whole area. There's an old road up back. When I got up to the top of the hill, I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, did you find them? He said, no. He said, you coming with me? I said, no. I said, I'm going to search this area. Because when she told me the kids were missing, you automatically think they went into the woods. That was my first instinct. So I went up and I did this whole area, this whole wooded area, right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here and came back down the side of the road, come back down here and came back up the same spot. I went back into the house. By the time the cops were here, I don't know exactly what time, I didn't take my phone. The cops were here. There was a bench sitting here, or a sawhorse, it's over there, was sitting here. I was sitting on it, bawling my eyes out. I was crying because I blame myself for not getting up that morning to see the kids. Because if I would have got up, this wouldn't have never happened. Okay? That's why I was crying.
I just don't get it. At the end of the day, I guess that big question is why didn't she get up? I guess at the end of the day, but like I said, in her scenario in mind, the kids were just doing what they normally do, is basically going out to play. I sort of get that, but I just don't understand why. Basically, she didn't know anything 20 minutes, half hour later from maylaya, basically banging on the door, making sure the kids went in there. It just doesn't make sense. It's really weird.
We've heard a lot about the patio door.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's go see that.
Sure.
So this is the patio.
This is the patio door
that Jack and Lily would have.
that Jack and Lily came out of.
And so tell us why we've heard about the patio door.
Because everybody's saying on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok that the patio door makes a noise, and why they didn't hear the door open. The bedroom is back there. Okay,
That bar window.
the last window is the bedroom.
And so they would have come out this door
They would have come out this
that
door.
morning.
Yes.
And then they went and played on the swing set.
Yes,
And that's when you heard them.
that's when I heard them. Right here in this area here. I plan on putting a pool up this year for the kids. You need level ground for a pool. That's what I was doing. I was leveling out the ground to set up the pool.
And this is the Thursday.
This is Thursday.
Right.
Friday, all the investigators, search and rescue and everything. Right around here was where they found the only footprint.
This is where the boot.
This is where I was raking that night. That's where the boot print was found. In the mud where I was raking.
I thought there was two boot prints.
There was supposed to be a footprint found way up on the pipeline.
Right.
Maylaya sent me the picture of it. That's all I know. There was a footprint found.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the footprint was here. The only one that they can confirm that was Lily and Jack's was right here.
So the child's side.
Yes, a man, one of the investigators came in here and was measuring it all. Mm-hmm. I'm not here to lie. The reason why I wanted you guys to come here and do the interview here is to show you exactly where everything took place. Mm-hmm. And to show people that this is what happened. All the stuff that people, all the rumors and accusations about us murdering the kids and burying them on the property.
The problem I've got with this is why didn't she come out earlier and say something? You know, she's had, months to say something kind of early to get this out of the way so people can sort of look at the story. It's just strange how everyone's having their little piece coming out as though it's going to change our minds that nothing suspicious happened. I think people are really hoping the kids are alive, but the longer this goes on, it's really, really strange. Someone knows something and they're not telling us.
This place has been searched thoroughly. The well has been checked, the septic tank, all the barns were searched. My RV was searched 3 times. The trailer was searched. This whole place was searched. If they want to come back and search again, they're more than welcome.
You've talked about drones flying over your property. You've
Yes.
talked about cars driving down the road and
Yes.
slowing down. What's that been like?
I'm scared to go out sometimes in my own property. I mostly stay around back here. And if I do go out front for anything, I usually have my head down because I don't want people to see who I am. That is me myself. It's not because I'm hiding from anybody. I don't like to be on camera. I don't like my picture taken. I'm just a quiet person that just wants to be left alone, and I mind my own business. I'm just a hermit.
Do you feel as if the finger has been pointed towards you and Daniel?
Yes, I do. Because I live on the property. Come on.
Do you think your son had anything to do with the disappearance of Jack and Lily?
No, I don't believe Daniel had anything to do with the disappearance of Jack and Lily. Our heart don't lie, and my heart is telling me that my kid did not have nothing to do with this, and I had nothing to do with this. You know, if something bad happens, you get like your heart drops. Mine hasn't dropped. Deep down in my heart, I do believe Jack and Lily are alive. It's not because of what people are saying. It's my heart tells me that they are alive. But that morning, my dog was sleeping with me in bed. When he heard the kids yelling, or kids talking, I should say, sorry, talking, my dog was in bed with me, and I told him, it's the kids outside playing. He shut right up. Then he barked again when Daniel was yelling out the back door for the kids. I didn't pay any attention to him because I thought he was telling the kids to get into the house. And besides, Jack lets my chickens out. And I let my chickens out at 7 o'clock that morning. So Jack has a habit of going around, moving stuff, and the chickens get out underneath the pen. So I thought he was yelling at him about the chickens.
So that was the interview. I do respect her for coming out because it couldn't have been easy. At the end of it, she got really emotional. Janie at the end there in the CBC interview. I just don't know what to believe. I just feel like there's more to this case than what Maylaya, Daniel, and Janie are telling us. It's just really, really strange. I just can't put my finger on it. I'm not accusing anyone, but like I said, it's just a weird case. Thank you for putting that up. And that was Jen, creator there. This story sounds fishy. The children wouldn't have gotten, these are some of the messages, have gotten that far in 20 minutes. Their story doesn't make any sense. The video was made so quickly, I wanted to get it to you. And I had this question, good question, which she'd answer that. Where are you getting these pictures from? The story has so many sad yard and cleanup and bits since kid missing. And did you notice her dog never barked once? Yeah, I did notice that the dog was very, very calm. And yet it was a bit of a problem for the police to go in there because the dog was in there, which was kind of odd. Do you know what I mean? And that dog seemed pretty friendly to me. So Tracy's saying basically she's saying that the kids went missing from the play area. Seems like a lot happened in 20 minutes. I agree. If someone took those kids, the dog would have barked. You would have thought, or if there was someone in the vicinity that was dodgy, the dog would have barked. I think they're too worried about what the public thinks about them. I've heard nothing or no one pleading to help find the kids, just them defending themselves. Very, very true. She sounds angry. Why do you need to show people what happened when you know, when no one knows, they just disappeared? Something doesn't sit right with me with her demeanor about the situation. Yeah, I agree. She's like, yeah, I want to be open. But to me, she doesn't really want to do it. And I just think it's because of obviously the accusations and people thinking that there's more to this case than meets the eye. People, I'm not too sure. This is why I don't talk about this case, because it's so frustrating so much. I know it's got to be out there, but, you know, I just want something concrete to put out there so these kids are found safely. Do I think they're alive? I don't, to be honest with you. You know, I've looked at a lot of things in this case, and a lot of the experts in this case as well, ex-police. It just sounds, something's not quite right. but hopefully we'll find out sooner rather than later. And once again, I hope these kids are found. Let me know what you think, people. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and follow the channel. This will go out on Streamline Entertainment and also Streamline Investigations. Thank you.